Everybody, welcome back to Wallet Reset. It's Mike Marlboro once again. Thanks for being patient over the weekend. It's been a long weekend with Veterans Day and whatnot, so I'm back at it. Just wanted to make sure you guys know that. But we're going to dive in today on setting an ad budget, all right? So this is not for if you have a job and you're trying to figure out how to set an ad budget, this video will not help you. All right, there's a little bit more to it than what I'm going to go into with this video, but if you're just starting your own business online and you're trying to come up with what a good ad budget is, this is designed for you. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because one of the biggest hurdles that new online business owners and advertisers have is coming up with their advertising budget, all right? And the reason why is because it's daunting for most people. Most people are just afraid to spend money to advertise because they think of it as a cost. And it's not, it is, but it's not really. I'll go into that a little bit later. But first, I want you to understand how to set your ad budget specifically for you, for your goals, so on and so forth. So, if you're advertising on Facebook, Google, or any other online platform, when you set your ad budget, you have to keep in mind a couple of things, right? So first and foremost, you need to have already done your research and know just about, a roundabout number of how much you're going to pay for each click on your, for whatever keyword or for your audience, so on and so forth. All right, so first and foremost, as always, I pretty much say this every video, research is key. All right, you're going to have to do good research and know how much you're paying cost per click. All right, not only that, you want to know about how many people you can reach, right? So you want to know the reach so that you can get in front of your audience. And it's not, you're not paying like $5 a click and trying to reach 1 million people. Realistically, that's just not going to happen if you have a budget of $5,000 or $1,000 or $100, right? You have to set your budget based on a realistic goal, all right? Also, you want to know, like I said, your goal, right? What is your goal? Your goal, depending on what you're online advertising, your goal could just be to raise money. Your goal could raise awareness. Your goal could be to make sales. Your goal could be to get leads, so on and so forth. And each one of these goals carries with it essentially more costs, right? Because here's the thing. If my goal is just awareness, right? I want to make people aware that my business is out there, all right? This is going to actually cost you, it's not going to cost you a lot to get in front of people. But the problem is that this is not a sales-driven advertising method, let's say, right? You're not trying to get in front of people to say, oh, come buy my stuff. You're trying to build awareness. So you would typically pay CPM for awareness. Now what that means is every 1,000 people, you're going to pay a certain percent. Every 1,000 people who are exposed to your ad, you're going to pay a certain amount, right? Now this makes them aware that you exist, right? But if your goal is sales, if your goal is to make sales and you advertise per CPM, you're going to need a ton of CPM, right? So what most people do is cost per click, right? Or CPA, cost per action, right? So you could pay per sale or you could pay per click, right? So this shows buyer intent. This shows that they want something after they've seen your ad, right? So this is a completely different goal, and it means that you get charged differently. So you have to understand that too in order to set your budget. Now here's the final thing, right? And this is the easiest way, and this should take all of the scariness away from advertising, right? So now let's, just as an example, right? Let's say that you have a budget of a small budget, right? $300 a month, right? So you got $300 a month to spend on ads, right? And you want to make sales, right? You want to make sales, and you can only afford to spend $300 a month. Should you start advertising? I would say yes, without a doubt, because this is a $10 daily budget. Right? Now, here's the thing that I would also say. You're starting out focusing on sales, but not everybody's going to click your ad. So without even focusing on it, you get awareness. Now, it's not as much maybe as you would get if the only thing you focused on was awareness, but this helps you to drive traffic and potentially make sales, even on a small daily budget. All right? So, how do you come up with the number that you want to do, right? Number 3, what can you afford? Right? What do you have, right? How much could you do per day for an extended period of time that will help you to find out what's working, find out what isn't, because this is a long-term game. Now, here's the problem that most people run into. They're over-ambitious right here, right? You set a goal of saying, okay, I'm going to spend $300 a month, but in reality, you can only afford, let's say, $200 a month. Set the goal for $200 a month, right? Set your ad budget at $200 a month. It's much better to have an ad budget where you can say, okay, I can afford to lose this money for the next 3 months, 6 months, year. And this is just going to be where I build up a small amount of sales, start to grow my income, so on and so forth. Start out with a budget that you can afford. And as time goes on, you want to ramp up this budget through your sales. Maybe you start doing something extra or doing a yard sale to get rid of things that you don't use so that you can throw more money into this advertising budget. All right, so that's really it. You have to know what you can afford, and you have to be conservative in some respects, right? If you can only afford, let's say, if you can only afford $500, right, or $300, that's fine. You don't have to have $1,000 or $1 million ad budget or $100,000 ad budget for one type of ad. But the important thing is you get started, because this advertising thing has a learning curve, and the longer you wait to advertise, the longer you have to wait to get through the learning curve. So I would say if you're brand new, start small. Even if all you can spend is $3 a day, which is about $100 a month, start there. All right? Grow your advertising budget as you go. And the good thing is that you're going to slowly build up awareness, you're going to slowly build up sales, and slowly build up your income as time goes on just by advertising. So get started. Thanks for watching, you guys. It's been Mike Malbrough. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Give me a thumbs up just off of GP for liking this video. And leave a comment or any questions or anything like that you have in the comment section. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Take care.